Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Quantum Leap Futures Morning Leap session for Friday, November the 3rd, 2017. My name is Doug McKay. I'm the founder of Quantum Leap Futures. Each morning we get together in these live go-to sessions to take a look at the market, macro to micro, take a look at the structure of the market, and then we drill down to our trade levels, our targets, and our trade plans. Our trade plans are our hypotheses based on simple auction logic, what we anticipate the auction's going to do based on certain circumstances. We do not know what the market's going to do, therefore we create multiple plans based on levels and structure, and then wait for the market to open up, show us who's in control, and then execute the plan that best suits the market. This is a subscription room. If you're interested in checking it out, send me an email at quantumleapfutures@gmail.com. There's no website, there's no blog. This is not a commercial venture. We do everything live here in the go-to session, and then we do live trading and analysis during the course of the trading day. Please read through the disclaimer. Nobody at Quantum Leap is a certified trading advisor. We are retail traders operating within a self-organized learning environment. Past performance is not indicative of future results in any trades that you see in Quantum Leap. For education purposes only. Please trade your own due diligence, your own trade plan, and your own risk matrix. So it is non-farm payroll. Number came out a little less, but overall, the news was not really bad. We didn't really get much of a spike on anything. I took long from 79 and a quarter, and got two legs off, and it came back and took me out. And we're currently trading at 78 and a quarter. They do have them stacked up below us in the 76s, so they are going to try to hold the overnight low, it looks like. Take a look at yesterday. We were looking for a open auction and a move up, and then a rotation down to our 67, 68 area, and then a push down into the 61. We didn't quite get to the 61. This was the trade of the day right here. Classic FUBAR Mr. Sneaky Tech Gap. You can view my YouTube video on this trade setup, and if you would have bought the Mr. Sneaky, which I did, unfortunately I closed mine down at 69, but you could have held for the whole day and basically took the whole range on that one trade. Kind of a P-shaped profile. We did get a shift of the VPOC up, so we were looking for the market to continue up last night. It didn't really move a lot, but we got the spike to what was it, 81 and a quarter on the news, and we're back in around this 76 area. So I want to keep this short today because of non-farm payroll. We started late, so taking a look at where we are within the structure. So you can see that the micro composite that I've got started on the gap up day on the 20th, end the last 5 days. Our balance is here at 72.50. We're waiting to see if we get a VPOC, microcomposite VPOC shift up to the 77, 78 area in order to accept the value higher to continue the price discovery up. We have a hammer again. It's not a classic hammer, but it's a pretty darn good one. We are likely going to open up above that hammer. That is a positive situation, and expecting this market to continue its journey up. Our week open is 75.50. We are just above the 75.50. Critical mass doesn't kick in until we get up to 87.50 on the upside, or below the 63.50 to the downside. There's not a lot to guide us up here, except watch this 78.50 area. This is the value area high for the last 5 days, and the same value area high for the since the 20th. How many days is that? 3, 5. So 10 days. The last 10 days our value area high. So if we get above the 78.50, we're going back into price discovery and be looking for a move. We do still have that zipper measured move that was put in yesterday that is not invalidated until we get below the 71, and that target is 82.25, I believe. Let me just bring it up here. So here's the impulse wave from the 71 into the zipper, and our primary target above is up here at the 82.50 area. Right now, we're just basically creating a basing pattern here for the possibility of the breakout above the value area high on the micro composite and going back into price discovery. Our upper Keltner channel is still up here at 83.75. We've got a measured move still up at 87. So there's still lots more movement that we can see to the upside. Overnight inventory is pretty neutral, but it's neutral to net positive. We're creating some pretty good kurtosis around this 78.25, which is where our VPOC is for the Globex. So if we start taking our levels and start moving them over, our overnight high is 81.25. Okay. Just want to get rid of this. Our overnight low is 76. So we got a pretty tight little overnight session. Our VPOC is not likely to shift. If it does, it won't shift much. 78.25. And that's all the information that the overnight session is going to give us. So taking a look at the levels, our over-under line is going to be the value area high of the micro composite. It's going to be it is the value area high of the RTH session yesterday. It's the value area high of the micro composite. It's actually let's call it 78.50. 70.75. Just going to be a little bit more conservative and take the high side of this. Make sure that we get the breakout above the prior day range and take out the overnight high at 81.25. We've got an LVN right here at the 75. I have to mark it. I know it's tight, but it is an area that I'm going to have to watch as possible support. But if we get below it, then I'm targeting that 72.50, which is our micro composite VPOC, and just above the VWAP from yesterday. And that is our balance. And then below that, I have the 70.50 or 70.25. That's the mid from yesterday, and the value area low. Below that, I'm targeting the 68 again. We've got the value area low here at 69, 60, the 69.75 to 70 area is the value area high of the larger time frame micro composite, but it's also the value area low of the of the two smaller time frames. So I'm just going to move this down just slightly. I'm going to use the 69.75. Below that, I'm targeting 68. And then 64 is going to be a trade level. And my critical mass on the weekly is 63.25. And then, of course, we've got these targets down here below. Our daily ATR is still running at 1204. So off of the high overnight of 81.25. Our downside daily ATR is 69.25. And our upside daily ATR off a low overnight. What was our overnight low? 76. 88. We're getting clustered there. Our week, we have a week high, or a week low, I should say, of 62.25, plus the weekly day 20 period ATR, which is 35.50. 97, our weekly ATR. That's weekly critical mass. Our weekly ATR is still up at 97.75. All right, so those are all our levels. Basically, we're going to be opening up just outside a range and value or just inside range and value. Pretty simple today. I'm looking for a open auction just in range or just out of range. But I'm looking for a move down towards the 76 to 72 area, finding buyers down here and then rotating us up and then chopping between the 78 and 81, chopping and then pushing up into the 85 area and going sideways and creating a new all-time high with a late day probe above the 85.50. Remember, this 85.50 is our, let me mark that, our all-time high. All right, and so that's Hypo 1. So Hypo 1, open auction, just in range or just out of range, responsive selling down into the 76 to 72, maybe even a probe down to the value area low in the 70, but somewhere down here, rotating up into the 78 and 80, chopping sideways for a good portion of the day, and then pushing up into the 85.50 and getting a late day probe. If we get above the critical mass and the daily ATR, then I'm expecting Hypo 3 to come into play. But let me get Hypo 2 out of the way. Hypo 2 is an open auction just out of range, a push up into the 84 to 80, I'm say 81 to 84, possibly even a poke to a new all-time high, and then responsive sellers rotating us down, chopping at the 78 and then pushing down into the 72 and closing somewhere down here in the 72 area again. That is Hypo 2. Hypo 3 is an open test drive, leaving the overnight low alone, or an open drive and then pushing up into the 84, 85, going sideways and then pushing up, breaking above the weekly critical mass and the daily ATR, and then just drifting up on slow grind up into the 90s and possibly even test the 2600s. The action on the news leads me to believe that it might not get to the 2600 until next week, but we'll see. Hypo 4 is an open auction, just in range or just out of range. Failure to take out the overnight high, push down into the 72 area, chop at the 72, then fail and push down into the 68, and then go sideways down here with possible late day probe down into the 61 area. And then the alternative is basically going sideways in a 6-point range and chopping between the 75 and the 82 area, and just fighting this open or this range high from the prior day, but just basically accepting value higher without going into serious price discovery up. Going and taking a look at gold. Well, nothing changes in gold. We just can't get away from this. We did get the VPOC shift, or the composite VPOC shift to 76. We're just going sideways. We can't get away from this magnet yet. So all of the levels stay the same. 72 is our early warning line. 68 is the target below that. Any break of 68, I'm looking for a test of 63 and failure down at the 63 to go into free fall down towards the 48 to 50 area. If we hold the 78s, looking for them to push back up into the 83s. Any break above 83s, I'm looking for that next move up into the 91 to 93 area. Same thing we've been saying for the last 6 or 7 days. That's going to complete our pre-market session. As always, trade well, trade safe, and we will catch you on the flip side.